On this channel, I discuss issues at the intersection of business, technology, and society. Many of my videos focus on privacy issues and surveillance technology, but with the holiday season rapidly approaching, I wanted to provide a public service by exploring how you can identify fake online reviews using a little bit of data that's easy to find. According to a peer-reviewed study of e-commerce and consumer behavior, global e-commerce sales are expected to exceed $6.8 trillion this year. Another peer-reviewed study found 62% of purchasing decisions are influenced by online reviews and product ratings. This has led to the creation of a black market review industry where shady sellers can purchase bulk quantities of fake reviews to boost the sales of their products. As always, links to all my sources can be found in the description. I am Dr. John Padfield, an engineer turned state representative turned business professor. I teach graduate courses in data analytics, and in this video, I'm going to share a few slides from a module in an MBA course I developed. The example I am going to focus on is a book that was released 6 years ago as an audiobook on the Amazon-owned platform Audible. However, as of the recording of this video, the book is no longer available on Audible. I can't help but wonder if it was removed because of what I am about to share with you. I read a lot of books on data analytics, and this one caught my attention because of its suspiciously high rating. Not only did it have a 5-star average out of 120 ratings, but 117 out of 120 people who rated the book also wrote a review of the book. In other words, 98% of the people who rated the book both left it a 5-star rating and wrote a review for it, so this must be an incredible book. It also averaged 5 stars across 3 criteria: story, performance, meaning the narration, and overall. As a point of comparison, I got so much out of this book that I adopted it as a textbook for my graduate course on data visualization. But as an audiobook, it only averaged 4.6 stars out of 445 ratings, and just 43 of those 445 people wrote a review for this book. That means for a book I personally found to be a great book, less than 10% of the people who left a rating for it also left a review. That's why I was immediately suspicious of any book where 98% of the people who were leaving a rating also left a review. In addition to the extremely high percentage of reviews left on the book, I looked at when the reviews were posted and I found an odd pattern. 7 reviews of the book were posted the same day it was released. In fact, 92 of the 117 reviews were posted within 6 days of the book being released. Then there were no reviews posted for more than 6 months. Then another 25 reviews were posted in a single day. Famous authors like James Patterson or J.K. Rowling may have some dedicated fans who buy and read their latest book, then write a review for it the day it's released. But that is very unlikely to happen on a book written by a first-time author, like the book that I was investigating. We now have a couple of red flags: suspiciously high ratings coupled with suspicious timing and patterns of when the reviews were posted. But that still doesn't prove the reviews were fake. I then started looking at the profiles of the people who left the reviews and found that in every case, the review of this data analytics book was the only book the person had ever written. It also seems suspicious that 0 of the 117 people who left a review were verified purchasers of the book. There was also a pattern in the way the book was described. All the reviews posted on a single day inserted a hyphen between audio and book. Then the next day, none of the reviewers used a hyphen. Then the day after that, every reviewer referred to the book as an audible rather than as an audio book. It almost seemed like the same person wrote every review on a given day, then someone else wrote every review on the following day. The reviews were also extremely generic, such as this one that reads, "Audiobook introduces you to these skills, explains why they are useful, and provides instruction on how to develop them." Audiobook introduces you to these skills. What skills are they talking about?
Like nunchuck skills, bow hunting skills, computer hacking skills.
Oh, those skills. The consistently poor grammar suggests the people leaving the reviews may speak English as a second language, even though all the reviewers have English-sounding names. All 117 reviews had a cookie-cutter appearance to them, as they were all between 2 and 4 lines long and had a very similar tone to them. But my favorite red flag was flown on the day 6 consecutive reviews were left by Alexander, Alexandra, Allison, Alan, Amanda, and Amelia. It's almost like the reviewer was picking names out of a book of names and was too lazy to even turn the page. What do real reviews look like? In a word, variation. Real people writing reviews have different needs and use cases for the products they purchase. An expert in the field may find a particular book too simplistic, while someone brand new to the field may find the same book too advanced for them. One person writing a review of a cooler may love it because it has so much insulation it keeps their beverages cold for hours, while another person may complain all that insulation makes the cooler so bulky it takes up too much space in the trunk of their car. One person may write a short review while another person writes a much longer review going into detail about their personal experience with the product. The bottom line is, it is nearly impossible to determine if a particular review is fake. However, shady companies that pay for fake reviews usually pay for dozens or even hundreds of them, and it is relatively easy to detect large batches of fake reviews. Before making an online purchase based on high ratings and positive reviews, look for these red flags. If a large percentage of the people leaving reviews are not verified purchasers of the product, that is a red flag. If the dates of the reviews suggest that they were posted in batches, that is also a red flag. Likewise, if the site you are on lets you look at other reviews a person has written, randomly pick a few and see if those reviewers have written other reviews or if this is their very first one. Also, look for generic reviews. If you read a review and think to yourself, I could say the exact same thing about a dozen different products, you may be reading a fake review. If several reviews in a row have a cookie-cutter look to them, meaning they are about the same length with the same sentence structure, and they share common verbiage and tone, there's a good chance you are reading a series of fake reviews. In my data analytics classes, we then dive deeper on topics such as sentiment analysis and creating network graphs, but that is way beyond the scope of this video. If you enjoyed this video, I invite you to attend my office hours on Monday, December 1st at 7 p.m. Eastern. It is an unscripted review of recent privacy and technology news stories with lots of time for answering your questions. These are a few of my upcoming videos, so if any of them are of interest to you, please subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss them when they are posted. This is not a sponsored video, but I want to give a shout out and say thank you to Brian for making these beautiful signs behind me. He cut them on a CNC machine, then filled them with epoxy before sanding and sealing them. I put a link to his Facebook page in the description of this video. What other tips do you have for detecting fraudulent online reviews? I can't wait to read your comments.